Why, hello there, my name is Erin. I play The Sims, and you are watching the first episode of a mini-series called the Fundie Bachelor Challenge. Our heir for Generation 2 needs to find his Watcher-chosen missus. He's been here in Sulani, Mr. Limestone Joseph, just serving out a mission, right? He's been cleaning up Sulani, picking up trash, doing all the stuff, searching his soul. He recently ended a courtship. And while he was here, he must have made an impression on the locals. As we know, Limestone is gorgeous. And he caught the eye of a local network. So whilst sunbathing on the beach after a lot of work, a lot of sweaty work, Miss Valentina called him and said, "You have been selected for the 7 Wild Dates romance-based reality show. If you choose to participate, you will be tasked with having 7 consecutive perfect dates while hidden cameras record your every move. If you complete all dates perfectly, you will be awarded the grand prize. Warning, by signing up for this, you consent to being filmed for the next week." You guys, Mr. Limestone has been building an online Simstagram following. It's going fairly well. He's over 200 followers, but that's small potatoes to the influence that he could have, right? So we're going to do this 7 Dates reality show, kind of Bachelor-esque style, but we're going to do it with a Fundie twist, because although Mr. Limestone, who is a fundamentalist of the IBLP variety, so Institute of Basic Life Principles, I will go ahead and pop up some stuff down in the, down in the description for you to look that up. He has a very fundamentalist view of how to practice a faith and live a life and, that whole cult thing. So we're going to do this with a little bit of a cult swing. So I'm excited. I think that he is excited for the exposure that he's going to give and show people the right way to court, because dating is sinful, and how the Watcher really wants you to date, even though he's not correct at all. So he's gonna say, "Sign me up, man." It is 4:39 in Sulani. Now, guys, I would like to pause, to take a minute. She says, "Wonderful, the hidden cameras are already outside your window. Don't bother looking for them. They're really small. Get dating." She means courting. So the network is all there for ratings, right? It's about what people will watch. As you can see, oh no, this is Jasper with his soon-to-be ex-wife. Jasper's a fundamentalist too. Lonnie was a fundamentalist, his ex-wife, along with him. And they have 4 beautiful children together that Jasper is hoping to keep in the Fundie lifestyle, but his wife up and ran away back to Sulani to her mama, who was thrilled to see her back, heartbroken to see her get married off into it. And it looks like old habits, old loves die hard. They were in love. This was a young lady who had teen dreams, and this young, handsome cowboy promising her the world. It didn't work. They tried for a young lifetime, but Jasper has come back to Sulani to help his younger brother on his mission. He's got to be able to guide him. He has to chaperone him. This is an unmarried young man. Doesn't have to be watched as much as his unmarried young sisters, of course, but still needs to be watched to make sure that he gets properly counseled away from temptations. On top of his Watcher honoring motivations, I am betting winning back his family is on his mind, and it looks like he's being at least partially successful. So now that we kind of have the scoop there, Mr. Limestone is going to have to be chaperoned on all of his dates, as well as the young ladies that he is with are going to have a chaperone with them. Speaking of young ladies, I would like to take your attention out to the greater world. Now, this is the beautiful island world of Sulani. A lot of the locals have been ousted. We've got a few dating spots all set up already. And right here is the courtship mansion. I'll tell you what, whoever this reality show is with, whatever network this is like on it because these girls have been handpicked and screened. All of these are young Fundie women who are just prayerfully hoping to be the next matriarch of our challenge. All of them have been submitted by you guys. You did an outstanding job. Let's go ahead and pop into the courtship mansion lot and we'll introduce you. Alrighty guys, let's see if we can do this. So very first up in our in our courtship mansion, we have this thrilled young lady here, Miss Garnet Joseph. Decided I like tab mode a little bit better, pardon me. So Garnet is actually Limestone's older sister. She is right now very prayerfully single. She has been tasked with she's feeling pressure to try to find a husband. She has escaped to Sulani to try to avoid all of that because she has dedicated her life to single service. Now, she's not getting married, but what she can do is support her brother in his holy call to marriage, to headshipness, if you will allow, as the Fundies would, becoming and assuming that mantle of heir to our Fundie Baby challenge. So she may get married later in life. She's just not focused on that right now. And to be honest, I think she's really thrilled with it. So she will be sort of like house mother, house sister to these other lovely young ladies, oh my gosh, that you guys have all created. All 7 of these ladies are you guys' creation. I don't know what tab mode is doing, y'all, but we're gonna figure it out here. First up is this beautiful young Miss Alice Atwood, looking her very best IBLP self. I'm actually gonna pop into the gallery and read you guys' descriptions. Alice was uploaded by Teen Ninja Dwarf. She writes, Alice Atwood is a young watcherite Fundie who ran away from home to join fundamentalism. She loves all things, including homemaking, baking, cooking, knitting, cross-stitching, and kids. She also loves singing and posting to SimsTube about her lifestyle and converting people to her faith. She's very attracted to a life in nature and animals. We've discussed that Mr. Limestone is going to be a horse enthusiast, right? Like that's how he's going to make his money. Miss Atwood sounds perfectly primed to be able to support him in that lifestyle. Thank you, Teen Ninja Dwarf, for uploading her. Next on our list of ladies is Miss Charity Drive. Charity is also gorgeous. She's also blonde. She's also very IBLP. Love the jean skirt. A lot of you got the memo. As you guys know, pants are really not allowed, or were not allowed for the longest time in the Institute of Basic Life Principles, a Christian fundamentalist cult, and there was a very, very strict dress code about, you know, everything going on up here. No clavicles. We can't be seen knowing that we have clavicles because that's where the devil lives. I want to go ahead and introduce you to Miss Drive's creator. So Charity is uploaded by V Hubris. I absolutely love the pun with her name. Thank you so much. V Hubris writes, young Charity has lost her family to the evils of secular society, leaving her without an umbrella or, you know, a home. She's quite desperate to find the one the Watcher made for her so she can start living the way she was meant to. Or like, you know, not be homeless. Like, this is so great. This is a lot of where these young ladies are, even if they have a family who is Fundie. They have like a time limit. You got to get married so that you can have your own house because you got to get up out of ours kind of deal. She looks like is the lady of the knits. She's generous, she's good, and she's an overachiever. So absolutely looks like the sim-pleasing sim that the IBLP would be perfectly happy with. By the way, all you guys have done an absolutely beautiful job in Create a Sim. Hats off to all of you. Next up is Miss Winter Holiday. I would imagine that she is related in some way to Summer Holiday, but who's to say, right? Absolutely beautiful blonde curly hair. Let's go ahead and take a look at her creator. Winter actually comes as a package deal, so she has a mom floating around in the world somewhere. We will go ahead and meet her if Miss Winter makes it to the home dates, okay? And by the way, you guys are going to be voting on who should go through to the next round. So I want you guys paying attention to these young ladies. The holidays are another upload from V Hubris. They write, Winter, spelled with a Y, love that, is ready to begin her life as a devoted wife and beloved mommy blogger. Her mother thinks she needs to devote more time to the Watcher, but Jolie knows this is the correct path for her. So Jolie, or Jolly, I think I love that play, is her mother. She wants her daughter to be more focused on the Watcher, but listen, if you're gonna have a boyfriend, why not court and be the matriarch of a little Fundie cult household? Next up is Miss Bonnie Summers. She's giving off very, I don't know, like country cottagey vibes. I think that she's adorable. She's got some Khaleesi hair going on. I love that. We'll get her creator introduced. Bonnie was uploaded by Corey389. Thank you so much for your beautiful sim. Bonnie Summers is looking for a watcherly husband to sweep her off her feet and into a traditional marriage. A hardworking, loyal, romantic sim. Will Limestone sweep her off her feet? Made by Kay. Thank you so much. This was actually a sim that I had in my game beforehand, but we just didn't get enough chance to see her. So I thought that she would make a wonderful Lovestruck single for him. Next is Miss Clementine Welsh, who is in about the most covering thing we have for swimwear. So she's sim Fundie versioned. I think she just got back from the beach. Unsupervised, might I add. Ooh, scandal. Ms. Welsh was uploaded by Vampire Wolf Girl. She writes, who doesn't know the famous Welsh grape nectar? Of course, everyone. Clementine is the youngest daughter of the family and getting all sorts of courting, but knows that's all for the family name. She knows it's wrong and can't stay here any longer, so Clementine leaves in the middle of the night and moves far away. Clementine started her own little farm and dreams of opening a small food stall. Will she find someone that will love her and not her name? That is very individualistic, pardon me. She just up and left. That's a lot of independence. Does she have maybe a prideful spirit? So we'll have to see how they hit it off. There's certainly some family drama that Limestone is going to have to decide if he wants. The IBLP believes in intergenerational sin, so if your grandparents committed a sin, then it would take 5 generations for that sin to be off of your line. We know that's ridiculous, right? But they don't. So this would be something that she would have to combat while dating. So we'll see how that happens. Absolutely gorgeous sim. Limestone would have a very hard time, I think, keeping his eyes off of her. Next up is a very buttoned up Miss Penelope Shepherd. She is our only raven-haired beauty, and I absolutely love her. She seems like she would be very content in a traditional marriage. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce her creator to you now. Penelope Shepherd and her brother, who is, again, out in the worlds where they make a home, were uploaded by Jacob the Cat. Their description reads, Penelope and Diego's wealthy parents aren't religious, but after joining the campus revival meeting, Diego has been on fire for the Watcher ever since. He introduced younger sister Penelope to the faith, and naturally reserved Penny fit right in. Penny plans to get a degree in early childhood education and hopefully her MRS, but wants nothing more than to be a doting wife and mother. Diego will be chaperoning her as she searches for a watcherly headship. So, Diego really wants for his little sister, it sounds like, to be properly evenly yoked is what they would call it. And he is stepping into his role as her umbrella of protection. Because she's unmarried, she would belong to her father, but her father does not practice this faith, and so it would fall to the older brother. This shows her as a teen, but she is a full-grown adult. All of these Sims are full-grown adults. We don't do child brides here. No. And especially when we're talking about a real-life cult, that's a line we're not crossing. To be very honest, I can't remember what her third trait is, so I'll be learning along with you guys for a lot of these. So our very last sim is Miss Lori Spuckler, and I will go ahead and introduce her to you now. Her creator is Sims Girl 950. She said, being the secret daughter of, it looks like Brandine and the infamous Steven universe, so her patriarch and then a matriarch in her save. Lori was going to defeat the mother plant, but after learning that she was already defeated, Lori decided to be a Fundie wife and mother. Will this dating show be her chance? So she wants to put her mark on the world. She's a beautiful, fiery-haired young lady. Quite a few of the Joseph boys have gone for redheads. So will this trend continue? I don't know. I do also want to introduce you to the courtship bachelor lot. So there's quite a few beds here. This is a mansion, a little island mansion. It was the chieftain's villa, but I would imagine that the show rented this out with ideas that, hey, we're just going to do like a normal bachelor challenge here, normal bachelor reality show here, and then Limestone said you can only do it if you don't edit out my faith. And oh, by the way, it has everything to do with the way that I date. And I am sure that at first it was like, oh, absolutely not. And then they started thinking about it and was like, oh my gosh, the drama, the dollar signs though. So we've got the bedrooms for the girls, just single beds with knitting, as you would hope a fundamentalist wife would be doing, trying to make those dollars stretch, because how do you feed umpteen billion children on a shoestring budget? You get thrifty, you make their clothes, you do all sorts of things, right? And then we've got, of course, a beautiful kitchen that the girls will be honing I'm sure their cooking skills in, getting everything nice and prepared, anything like that. We've got a couple of other things here, and then this is our interview room, right? So we've got ourselves a little camera here and a little couch. I don't know if that's going to be seen in our series. That might have been a little ambitious, but we'll see. And this is the chaperone suite. So lucky for Miss Garnet, this is her bed. She doesn't have to spend the night with the girls fighting and being catty and all that. And then this is her private bathroom. So they do have a little pool here. We'll see if there's anything that can happen. But very first, guys, it is 5 o'clock. We're going to have to get Mr. Mister introduced to his batch of potential watcher choices for him. Our clean king is scrubbing the grill. Listen, he's being all manly and such. So let's pause him here because the show is going to be whisking him right off to say hello. He's going to get some initial interactions with the young ladies. So let's travel. I did have his brother slotted to come with him, but I don't know if that happened. Listen, Garnet's got the chaperoning down. He is offering some gratitude to her, which is wonderful. So he's talking with her. The girls seem to be bonding a little bit. That's nice. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so let's see if we can't get some stuff done. Oh, he's got a knock. Oops. He's telling her a dramatic story, probably about everything. Hey, I was just on my mission trip, and lo and behold, the Watcher spoke his haha. You're so fun to be around, yes. Okay, so his siblings literally are his best friends because he grew up homeschooled and not allowed to socialize. So fun. But he was like, yeah, so I was just, oh my goodness, who's cooking? Oh, love this for her. I was just on my mission trip trying to, discern the Watcher's will for my life. He just ended a very emotional courtship with a lady that he quite loved. I think he's going to give a romantic introduction probably to everybody. There is a couple of the girls that he met when he was out in the world. I couldn't help that. So he's going to get right down to business. We're going to do things. These girls know what they're here for, right? They're going to be discussing healthy relationships. They are going to be seeing whether they are like-minded in their interpretations of the symbol, whether they could raise a watcherly brood together, and how successful they may or may not be at that. So I think Miss Winter just made him a veggie dog. Oh, no. Okay. Well, one of these ladies picked that up. So we'll see the next person that makes food. Maybe he'll yoink it a little bit. Honestly, some side eye from Winter to Lori. I bet Lori sabotaged it. Let's do a polite introduction. If it comes up, the option for a romantic introduction, I will give that. Oh, wow. She's romantically reserved. Oh, no. Okay, she's fine with it. Okay. Just became good friends with Limestone. Penelope coming out strong. So these guys will have to build a spiritual friendship first. Lori just became good friends. Oh, nice. Wow. Oh my gosh, they're so close. Oh, wow. So he's going to have to see whom it is that he just naturally connects with. The big focus for these guys is protecting and guarding their own hearts, their romantic connections, until they're pretty much decided that they are compatible to get married. Ooh, learn more about Bonnie and is attracted to her because she's loyal. Oh, I don't know how he discerned that from her immediately. What does he want to do? He wants to ask Bonnie on a date. Oh my God, he wants to ask Bonnie on a date. Okay, so she's becoming an early favorite. I'll see if that changes with any of the other introductions to the girls. Bonnie is mad. She's like, listen, guys, I don't have to make friends with all you ladies. I am here to find my man. I am here to find the one that the Watcher made for me. Now, the want for him is gone, and she looks so sad about it. Like, she came out strong, like a first impression date. I think that would be really cute with her, just because he wanted to ask her. Is he just, ooh, Miss Alice is an absolute vision in white, communicating that purity. Listen, she knows the strings to pull right now. The way that these girls, ooh, what are we hugging for? The way that these girls, she's messing with him. Listen, okay. That's kind of cute. Nice card to pull. I respect it. I absolutely respect it. The way that these girls treat each other is going to be very important to Limestone. So he's going to want a young lady who can, I don't think that I'm going to be influencing him talking to anybody. She's scared right now. Why are you scared? Hey, I heard you became friends with Clementine. Well, she's pretty cool. The family. I wonder if this is live streamed and they're like, oh my gosh, I like Clementine. I like Clementine. So he's gonna want a partner who is able to be gracious with other people, who has a sweet, pure heart, to be able to achieve this goal of this sort of perfect faith and perfect life. He seems like he's confessing his attraction to her. Okay. This has to be very PG. I can't imagine like their front hugs. I'm going to interpret as side hugs because we don't have that interaction in The Sims, but really nothing more physical than that can happen. They are ooh, he is like super flirty after talking with her. Immediately Bonnie is jumping out to me because he wanted to take her on a date. Alice is coming out as a front runner. This is interesting. Oh my gosh. And they're playing Woohoo. Oh, with Lori. Okay. So you guys, he is making connections. He is talking. He is making first impressions. I'm shocked that he and Lori wow, their relationship. They're going to learn some woohoo stuff. They didn't finish the game. Okay, they must be convicted. They're not supposed to be talking about woohoo at all. Not at all. That should not even be something that enters their minds. Ooh, somebody made a garden salad. He's just gonna yoink it and assume it's for him. Ooh, Clementine. She's like, watch, I'll get him. I'll make some stuff. I know it's a short episode. I'm so sorry. This is the very first episode of this series. I think we're going to use a wheel spinner to decide who goes on dates in what order. They will all get their own individual dates. I think the 7 dates are going to be get to know you dates for all of the girls. And then after that, we'll decide who we're keeping. So yeah, this is gonna be so much fun. Nice play, Bonnie. We'll decide who we're keeping around, and they will get to go on maybe hometown dates, like Limestone's hometown, and then he'll introduce himself to their family if they have any. I would like to know who should go on our very first date with Limestone. Please pop the lady's name down in the bottom in the comments for me. The one that gets the most votes will be going on the first date. Is it going to be Miss Clementine Welsh? Is it going to be Miss Penelope Shepherd? Oh my gosh, look how much relationship they have. Is it going to be Miss Charity Drive? Wow, he's got so much relationship with a lot of these. Miss Holiday, Miss Winter Holiday tried to make him the little veggie dog and it got yoinked. Will it be Miss Bonnie? Is it going to be Miss Alice Atwood or Miss Lori Spuckler? I am thrilled with the way these introductions have gone. He does have preferences set. I randomized them as far as his physical preferences go because everybody has physical preferences, or a large majority of people, I would say, do. So I've even forgotten what they are. I'm not going to be looking. It's not important. Who should we go on our very first date with? I'm going to shoot for 2 a day, and we're going to try our best to get these done as quick as possible. So I'm excited, you guys. I'm so thrilled. I hope you are too. I'm going to leave it here. I will see you next episode. Watch or bless. And as always, happy simming.